Hello developers, hope you are learning ZIG and hope you like the what count utility we developed in the previous session. So I thought of making it feature finish and implement a couple of more switches just to make it fun. So why wait? Let's head over to our editor. And last time you remember we implemented few switches and see what other switches we have. If you type wc minus minus help, so it is going to display this help content. Okay, though we are not going to implement everything, but I intend to implement this help command which is being shown here, and the other one is the minus L or max line length, print the maximum display width. Okay. So what we can do is probably we can just capture this. So let's say as a hacky way. So we'll say minus wc minus minus help. Okay, and let's redirect output to src and just call it as help dot txt. Okay, and let's open our editor, Helix editor, and change few things. So let's open help.txt. This is the help usage we have. We are not supporting multiple files, so probably let's edit this and remove this, and we are not supporting this also. Sorry, remove this as well. Then while no file or when file is even read out standard input that we are doing. So these are the switches we have implemented in the previous session. So we are not doing this. So let us get rid of this. Okay. Minus files we are not doing. All right. And then this we intend to display then this couple of more switches version also. Okay, this copyright belongs to that the author of this utility. So let's get rid of this as well. Probably okay, and we are calling our utility as mywc. Remember my word count, and we implemented characters, we implemented lines, we are not implementing byte count. For now, let's get rid of that. So these are the switches. So let's align it. Okay, now this looks. We don't want to implement this as well. So let's switch this to this. Close this. Oh, I accidentally. Okay, let's go ahead and implement this. So let me close the buffer that close, and okay, save and quit. Helix launch again, main. So let's first read out the help text. Okay, so the help is located the standard way. I saw the library developers, they put imports at the bottom, contrary to the regular practice, but doesn't matter. So what we can do is we can just read that help text. So ZIG has a feature called const help. So there's something called an embed file. So you can specify the file path. So we want to just read the contents from the help.txt. Okay, and as we saw previously, let me close this. Okay, and open the window vertically, open the file and call the help text. So we saw but if someone is typing the utility name and minus minus help, so we want to display the help content that we have read and stored in the help constant. So what we can do is read it. Probably I'll close everything. Okay, main dot zig, read the switch, that's minus minus help. So let's extend this. Else if stud mem equal u8 arg is equal to minus minus help. Okay, so we say show help equal to true. So the editor is going to display the error because there is no show help defined. So let's define that variable var show help equal to false. Okay, now show help will be true, and what we're going to do is we'll just check this after reading the arguments. If show help is true, okay, so I have forgot to so this one is this belongs to this. This belongs to this one, this belongs to this one. Oh, there's an extra format it. Okay, nice and easy. If show help is true, what we're going to do is we are going to display yes. Okay, and probably give one new line, and we just display the help contents here, help. Okay, and then soon after displaying we want to terminate, so we'll say start process exit and the status code is 0. Okay, so let's build it. Zig build, zig build, and pass the parameters, run minus minus help. Now you see it read whatever we have stored in the my help.txt, and it is able to display the help contents. Okay, all right. So let's implement another switch, minus minus version. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, we can apply the same trick. Just redirect the output and store in src and version.txt. Okay, and open it. So this is version.txt. This is called mywc utilities. Our version is 0.1 just for fun. This is not GNU utilities. Copyright probably want to give 2025. Let's call it as a GNU GPL, it's fine, and return by, just insert your name here. Okay. We just, for fun, I'm calling ZIG devs, okay, dedicating to all developers, and save it. And what we're going to do is, we open file main.zig, let's store that one called version, embed file, and version.txt. Okay. So what zig compiler is gonna do is, it's gonna replace the value of this constant by the contents read from this file, and as you can see, these are built-in methods. Anything starts with at the rate is a built-in one. So the optimization is done right at the compilation time. Okay, so it is as though you have inserted the contents yourself. Okay, but for the, you know, for for maintaining, for this, maintainability and simplicity, we are just storing into dedicated files. All right, so let's do read that one. So else if, enter. So say std mem equal u8 arg. Okay, and let's compare minus minus version. If it is a version, then what we're going to do? We are going to just show version equal to true. So now your ZIG language server is showing the error, saying that this particular show version is not defined. Of course, we have not defined. We gotta define that. Var show version is false. Okay. So now we'll do the same trick. If show version, okay, then same trick. Let's copy this file. Okay, yank it, paste it, and will display the content of the version, and format it nice and tidy. Save and quit, and let's build it. Zig build, and let's try our switch. So this time we'll type version. There you go, my WC 0.1, free software foundation, and this whatever the content we have displayed here. Okay. Okay. Last but not least, let's implement one more switch. So the switch here is -L or max line length. Okay, so it just prints the maximum display width. Okay, so a maximum display list is the number of characters that we track before a new line, and we just figure out line after line which one is the max characters a line has accumulated, and we display those that count. Okay, the max length. Okay, that's all about it. -L and max line length. Okay, so open it. So we display one variable, one field show max length, boolean and false. Okay, and we'll say max length, new size of type 0, and accordingly change this one. If self dot show max length, then try writer dot print. So give space before and after. Okay, and then display self dot max length. All right, format it. Now what we can do is we can display that, maintain one variable max length, by default it will be false, okay, and then we just read it out. So what we're gonna do is we gonna copy one of the switch here like this, okay, or probably this one. This one is better because it has short and long one. So copy this, yank it, and then paste it. Okay, I don't want to mess up the formatting, so what we can do is let's do else if struct mem equal u8, okay, and argument, and it is, what is the switch? The switch was open help minus w and words, okay, minus w, no, minus l, minus capital L, okay, or std mem equal u8 arg and minus max line length. If that's the case, then what we do, we say show, just call it max length, not show, just to make the consistency, show length or show max length, okay, and which variable we have defined here, show max length, correct? Yes, show max. So what we're going to do is, if this switch is provided by the user, so we say show max length will be switch to true, and then scroll down, we gonna just pass that switch here to our result instance of the structure, show max length equal to show max length, okay, that's taken care. Now we have to do some sort of housekeeping here, okay. So what we going to do is we going to track how many the max display width, okay. So in order to do that, what we can do is we'll track the words. Give me one moment. All right. So let's introduce one variable here, length counter. So this length counter, what it can do is, first let me close this, buffer close. Window close, okay, to make it bigger. So len counter, but the moment we read this variable len, Let's compile it first. Zig build. Show max length. Line 66. Oh, perfect. So open it. Max length. So what we can do, we can just track how many len counters is there. Len counters. Okay, so I have introduced a variable called len counter, and let's introduce one more variable, max max display len, which is of type u size, and initialize to 0. Okay, so the moment we display we consume a byte, what we can do is we can say len counter plus equal to 1. Okay, and then the moment we come across a new line, okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to reset the len counter to 0, but before we do that, we are going to update max display length. So we will say max display length equal to maximum. So maximum of two values. So we will say len con max display length. So previously it will be 0, or just take the len counter and -1. Why -1? Because our byte already have accounted for the last new line, so we have to just decrement it by 1. Okay, then reset the len counter. Then after doing that, finally what we can do is we can update the result. Let's update the result. So result dot result dot max length equal to max display length. Okay, then finally we display that result and build it. Zig build, fine. Zig build minus minus, so that was minus L is a switch, and we pass and we forgot the run command. Now it displays 20, 425, 2574 and 8081. So let's compare. Minus L example dot text. Well, it is computing the max display, but what happened here is when this switch is turned on, minus L, then we have to turn off these switches. Okay, if no switch is passed, so by default it will be the other switches will be turned on. If any of the switch is passed, then the rest of the switches will be has to be turned off. Okay, so let's do that one final modification. Let's check start, go to the main. So what we are doing, show if no switch is there, we are turning this on, and we want to make sure and not show words. If no words is also there, then turn all these switches. Okay, or otherwise show version. So the show version will be true. Okay, the rest of the switches will be false. So with this, let's write and quick build it again and run it. compare it 881 and compare it with ours 881. Now the question is why this again turning it on, being turned on. So help. So show max length is false. If show length max, where are you? So what we can do is we can just play around. If this switch is there, we if okay, if show max length is on, then show bytes will be false and show words will be false and show lines will be false. Now you can see, just display this and let's compare with example.text. While we can say wc minus l example.text. There you go, it's comparable. And what you can do is you can also run the help command, okay, and compare minus help and displays the help. Hope you enjoyed making the clone of the ZIG, okay, and keep practicing. Until then, enjoy this and keep practicing. Until next time, happy developing and happy programming. Thank you.